Okay, so I'm going to read out a few stories. Like I said, if you have any real life stories that you like to share, please send to my email, which will be posted. Okay, and I've got a few of them which I'm going to read out to us all. And please, why are we reading this story? So that you can learn and find out, okay, how best did the person, how well was he or she able to manage the situation. Okay, so I'm going to start to read. The first one says, I am a software professional and entrepreneur, married to a simple girl. Okay, not intelligent, not extraordinary, but good looking. I had so many other affairs in my life earlier with beautiful girls, but this girl was just not one of them. But I went on to marry her. There was understanding and love and physical relationship and waiting for each other. But I think it happens either from beginning or over a period of time. But what I want to reveal comes here. Okay, so let's read up and let's see what happened next. When I got married to her, I was very successful. 2 bungalows, 3 cars, independent office staff, and all types of luxuries. Then, after 1 year of marriage, I lost 17 million in share market. Wow. My total empire crumbled. My 2 properties were taken over by bank, cars gone. My 2 partners stopped me when I was about to launch an operation in Kenya. Multiple losses, and I was forced to quit what I was doing. Wow, that must have been a serious one. I moved back my steps. I decided to leave and shift to native place. Okay, so maybe he went back to his hometown. My own parents and all my sources, friends, well-wishers, everyone was shaken and taken aback. It was a huge silence, wait and watch. Wow. That means friends, family members, everyone left it. And that's what happens. Most times when we lose some of all the things that we've got, everywhere becomes silent. This is the moment one person stood by me, and that was my wife. And that's what I mean for perfect partner. Now we are doing extremely well. I again have 2 cars. Okay, so now he has regained back 2 cars, properties, and business is picking up. Oh, we thank God. I am out of frustration and working on different projects. Even some international things started shaping up. Wow, you see? That's where we said, patience, just be patient. And at the right time, everything will fit in. Help your spouse. Be there for them. During their downtime, be there. Now, we thank God that his wife stood by him even when he was rejected by the family members. And I think though she is not beautiful, smart, extraordinary, though she is very simple and a typical housewife. And this makes it a perfect marriage for him. And thank God he found his wife. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next story, which says from Kenya. And it says, my friend and her husband used to fight like cats and dogs, but they had lots of love for each other. Although that love was never tested and wasn't expressed much openly. Wow. Until all hell broke loose in their lives, they one day changed their lives forever. Something extremely unfortunately happened. Okay, so let's find out. As usual, they had a major fight with a lot of name calling, imagine, abusing one another. And this is something that we just need to avoid. You calling your partner, your spouse names doesn't speak well of you, no matter how badly behaved they've been. I think most times we should learn to control our feelings. Learn to control your anger. No nagging, like we have discussed. Both are extremely short-tempered, you see. That is it, short-tempered. My friend stormed out of the house in anger and decided to hang out with her gang of friends who were going out to party that same night. You driving out of anger, anything can happen. So imagine now the lady drove out angrily. That was her way out, or way of venting out frustration and rebelling. Turns out, while heading back home, their car got hit by a truck real bad, and my friend sitting at the back seat wasn't wearing a seat belt, because of which she got smashed on the side window of the car, and her face was badly crushed. Wow. All because of anger. Few minutes that you could have just calmed down to settle issue with your spouse. It was so bad that her nose totally collapsed. Cheekbones were broken and chin was crushed. She was totally unrecognizable. Obviously knocked unconscious, she was rushed to the hospital, and it took some time to inform her husband, since my friend's phone was locked with a password. That's the same husband she got upset with, that she left the home angrily and zoomed out in a car. Now she's got an accident, crushed her cheekbone. What followed was a series of face reconstruction, surgery spanned over 4 to 5 years, and multiple implants in her face. One surgery every 6 months. That was what she had to go through. Some things would work sometimes, some things wouldn't, and had to be redone. That was the surgery, right? Obviously, my friend suffered like hell. Yeah, because it's really painful. But one thing I saw was that her husband was right by her side. Fantastic. And this is what we call perfect marriage, perfect relationship. It doesn't matter what your partner, your spouse must have done to you, but you're still there when they needed you most. So the husband was obviously by her bedside each time, while not knowing if she will recover or not. Will she look normal or not? He wasn't sure, because this has to be face surgery, right? Will she come back to him or not? She might not look the same ever. She might not feel the same ever. And she might not be the same person he got married to. But they stuck together. He made compromises, stuck by her nursing her like a child, at times throughout the day. The husband was there. And I hope we're learning from this story. No matter what your spouse has done to you, please stick to them. Stay with them in times of need. It's important. From sporting a bandage over her face for weeks, to a face supported by a series of plates underneath, to now having blessed with a beautiful daughter, they have come a long way. The commitment and love they showed in times of uncertainty is such an inspiration for others. And it's true. And you know what? It says, love conquers all. Love conquers all, no matter what. If you love yourselves, you will stick with each other. I would say it's a perfect example of a perfect marriage in highly imperfect circumstances. If we look at it, it was both of them that had an argument. The wife didn't stay, she drove out. Getting back, few hours later, had to, injured herself and all of that. But still, the husband didn't disown her. He still welcomed her back after the whole surgery. And they even had a daughter, a beautiful daughter, after the whole incident. And that is it. That's an example of a perfect marriage. So guys, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe.